and welcome to All Things Knitty. This week's stitch is the Hourglass Stitch. It's a very easy 2-row repeat after your foundation row, and it makes these beautiful hourglass shapes. So we'll get started. I'm going to use a 4.5mm hook just so you can see it better, but if you're doing this pattern, use the correct hook recommended on your yarn. So I did a little sample in the cotton, and for this I used a 3mm crochet hook, and as you can see the pattern is reversible. So to begin, you're going to need a chain of 4 plus 6, and so I've just got 26 here, just to go through it with you. We're going to begin in the 6th chain from hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what we're going to do is we're going to work a 4 double crochet together. So to do that, in your 6th chain from hook, yarn over, insert into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through just the first 2, and that's 1. So we're going to go into the very next stitch and do the same again, yarn over, insert into the stitch, pull up a loop, and then yarn over through just the first 2. So that's 2. You're going to do that 2 more times. So yarn over and pull through just the first 2, and the last one, pull through just the first 2. So that leaves you with 5 stitches on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 5 stitches, and that makes the bottom of your hourglass. So the easiest way to remember how to move to the next stitch is the little phrase, I make 2. Because what we're going to do is because this works, it's kind of like a star stitch here. You have to make the I. So to do that, chain 1 very loosely, because we're going to be working into this stitch on our next row. So I, and then chain 2. So I chain 2. We're going to move to the very next stitch. So as you can see, we've worked in here. So we're going to begin in this one, and we're going to do the same 4 double crochet together. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into the next, pull through just the first 2, and the 3rd time, and the 4th. Once you have 5 loops, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 5, and then I, so that makes the I, chain 2. It's just a wee easy way. Technically you're chaining 3, but I found it easier just to say to myself, I chain 2. So you're going to do that right across the row, and you'll be left with 1 stitch. So I'll do 1 more, and then I'll let you finish the row on your own. So I chain 2. In the very next stitch, you're going to begin your 4 double crochet together. So yarn over, pull through just the first 2 stitches in each. Just the first 2 and the last. Then you have 5 loops, yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, I chain 2. Continue doing that all the way across the row, and I'll get you at the end when you've only got 1 stitch left. Okay, so to finish this row, once you've done your I and your chain 2, you're going to work 1 double crochet, and you're going to complete that double crochet. So yarn over through 2 and yarn over through 2. You're going to chain 4, and the easy way to remember this is we're working 4 double crochets into the I. So when you're working your 4, you chain 4. It's a wee bit easier to remember. So we're going to skip 2, and then working into the I, we're going to do 4 double crochets, but we're going to finish each double crochet. So yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, and you do that 4 times in total, completing each double crochet as you go. And that is what creates the top of your hourglass, as you can see. So we're in the bottom, and now we've made the top. So what you do now is skip 2, and in the I, you do 4 double crochets, and you're going to do that all the way across the row. Skip 2 and work 4 double crochets into the eye that you made earlier. So do that all the way across, and once you've got to your last one, I'll stop and we'll do the end of the row together. So 4 double crochets in each of the eyes. You don't chain anything in between, so you just skip 2, work your 4 double crochets, skip 2, 4. I'll get you at the end of this row. Okay, so as you can see, you're really starting to make the hourglass shape. In this chain that we made, we chained 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Into the third chain up from the bottom, you're going to work 1 double crochet. So into the chain, you are going in the chain, not under it. So make sure you have your V before you complete your double crochet. Okay, so we're going to go back and we're going to repeat row 1. To do that, you're going to chain 3. So when you're doing the bottom of your hourglass, you chain 3, and when you're working on the top, you chain 4. Because this counts as a double crochet, so we're going to go into the very next stitch, and as we're going to be working across these 4 stitches, so we're going right into the top. We're going into each of these stitches that made the top of your hourglass, and we're going to do our 4 double crochet together. So yarn over, insert, pull through just the first 2 into the next stitch, pull through just 2 into the next, pull through 2, and the 4th, pull through 2. Now you have 5 loops, yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 2 into the very next stitch, working into these 4 stitches. You're going to do the same right across each of the 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you've done the last one here, stop, and I'll just go over how to finish the row again, just so there's no mistakes. Okay, so finish that row working your 4 double crochets together, chain 2 right across the row, and I'll get you at the end. Okay, so I'll go over how to finish the row again. So we chain 3 this time, and into number 3 you're going to work a double crochet. So 1, 2, and it's the very top one right there, and you're going to be going through the stitch, not under it. So just make sure you have your V. It can be, as you probably know, quite tricky to get through that stitch because it's a chain, but make sure you have your V before you continue. So yarn over, insert into the stitch, and do a double crochet. We're going to be doing the 4 in the top, so chain 4, and that's it. That's the 2 rows that you repeat. You skip, this counts as a double crochet, so skip 2 into the eye. You're going to make 4 complete double crochets all the way across that row, and then when you get to the end of the row, into the chain that you made, into this chain, you're going to go into the 3rd stitch up. So 1, 2, 3, you're going into this, and make sure you have your V. So continue doing that all the way through your pattern, and as you can see, it really makes this beautiful hourglass shape. I prefer it in the cotton with the smaller hook, especially if you were making this as a scarf. It's very pretty. This was double knit and on a 4mm, so I mean you could do this as a blanket or a nice cushion cover or whatever you fancy. So that was the Hourglass Stitch. I just want to thank all my subscribers, old and new, for helping me get over the 1,000 subscriber mark. That means YouTube will start recommending my videos, so it is very, very much appreciated. You can, if you look in the description, if you're interested in toy making, I have placed a discount code redeemable against all my patterns, just as a small thank you to all the subscribers. So use the code at the checkout, and like I say, it's valid against any pattern. Doesn't matter the price of the pattern, you'll get the discount. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video, share it if you can. You can find all my social media, how to follow me on Facebook and everything in the description box below. So I will see you next Sunday. Bye.